Hello Infernoble friends, and welcome to this new video. So, as you see in the title, we have amazing news that I'm gonna share with you. So first of all, we got a lot of support in Rage of the Abyss that is coming in like October 11, if I remember correctly. And I want you to prepare for that. Because as you see in the screen, we have some cards that you can utilize to improve your Infernoble deck to the maximum potential. Maybe the best Infernoble version that we have ever had. So, just a quick rundown. Card number one that you can include in Infernoble, and I think everybody's going to include this in the main deck, is the new Maxi fuwaross. So, yeah, as you can see, you can read it here. You can read it, sorry. The thing with this card is that it's a -1 if you go first, but I think it's worth it because of how powerful it is. I think everybody's gonna be maining this as maining outs to it. Could be called by Crossout Ash and even Droll to some extent. And I think you have to prepare. I have already developed some crazy combos where we can, of just a 2-card combos, we can make 3 interruptions and only giving the opponent 1 draw under this card, or making up to 6 interruptions and giving them 4 draws. I'm gonna share that good later, not for this video, but just so you know, we have some tools. And of course we should also play the card, that's my opinion. Then Dominus Impulse, another hand trap, which is crazy, because when I first read it, it sounds like a Solemn Strike on a hand trap. Not the same, but as you can read, it is a hand trap if the opponent controls a card, kind of bestial being a quick effect. Then yeah, we can negate something, and if we have a trap in graveyard that in our case could only be imperm, then it's also destroy the card, which could be nice. Depending on what you're trying to negate, it may not matter. But it has a restriction, which is something that I love-hate about Dominus Impulse. Because if you play it as a hand trap, you cannot use light, earth, wind effects. So is that relevant for the meta? Wind? I'm not so sure. Maybe just ritual beasts, maybe some hand traps. But the thing with the hand traps is like playing imperm and hand trap that summons. Like imperm Phantasmic, you just use imperm first. Imperm Ip, you use imperm first. So just the same with this. You have I don't know, Droll. You use Droll first, which is the wind, and then discard. So that's fine. Doesn't conflict with hand traps in my opinion. But yeah, earth in the meta, maybe Fenrir. Goes well. No, again, doesn't matter with hand drops. But lights, that's a big deal. And I'm not talking about Melodious, Drytron. Not that I want to disrespect those, but the real deal with lights is fiendsmith. Yeah, so fiendsmith decks won't play this card, which is I think is cool. But as you know, we could incorporate fiendsmith in Infernoble, and if you are doing that, then you also don't get to play this hand drop. If you don't play fiendsmith, you can play it. Now, fiendsmith gets support. Which doesn't matter too much. Like, it has a graveyard effect that gives you follow-up, we don't care. It has a summon effect that you can feel mill fiendsmith. Basically means that this card is another copy of Engraver when it touches the board. We only care about the fact that it is a level 4 and it's searchable, because you know, fiendsmith is searchable with 2 monsters. So that's cool because the name of the game for Infernoble is Angelica. And Angelica is 1/4. And if we can cover the 4 part, I think that's cool. So fiendsmith becomes more synergistic. Then the real deal, the way to play the deck in my opinion, Azamina. Yeah, even though it doesn't say on the name, trust me, it's the Azamina archetype. So Azamina is just 4 cards that you have to learn. This is the first one, and probably the best one. It's a starter. It's like your copy 7 or your 7 to 9 copy of Witch of Wanet. Yeah, basically says cost something really similar to Witch, but has to be a monster, and it tributes, doesn't send, and adds something, Azamina. The only Azamina you care about is the next one, okay? And then the secondary effect doesn't matter too much, maybe to win in time, but the opponent has to play into it with a hand trap. And then it gives you follow-up, but I don't like this follow-up because it is like you can reset this, because yeah, when you use this continue spell, this doesn't stay in your board, but then you can recover it in the end phase. But you know, if the opponent out your board, they can probably get rid of this card set, so I think it's a real follow-up, but could come up. Anyway, this only really matters because it's searching this, which is the brick of the deck. Yeah, this says we can cheat out a fusion summon by using I don't know if it's like a fusion material or a cost, but it's something like that. But we have to send to the graveyard sinful spoil cards. So if you just open this with no sinful spoil, it's doing nothing. The idea is that you search it with this, that way you can use this deception as the cost, as the sinful spoil card that you're about to send. Then you basically activate this, reveal one of the fusions that you want to summon. And there are more azamina fusion, not only these two, but these are the only ones that you want to play, that you care. So then basically you reveal any of these two, send this to the graveyard, and then just fusion summon, free, basically. It is treated as a fusion summon, so you could revive them, I don't know how. Then when it's in the graveyard, and the fusion that you summoned is in the graveyard, you can shuffle back the fusions, so like fiendsmith and recursive engine, and then add this back to hand. And then if you have another sinful spoil, and in the combo you usually have another sinful spoil, then that means you can use this again, and you can fusion summon twice per turn. Okay, but this is only cool depending on what the fusions do, right? Now we get into this. So the first fusion, murciélago. Yeah, in Spanish it means bat. That's funny. So again, just forget about the materials. You're gonna cheat out every time. This cute effect doesn't matter. We only care the fact that when we summon it, we can search azamina or sinful spoil. Now, we are never searching azamina, because the only azamina is this one, which is going to be in the graveyard when we summon this guy. So we always search sinful spoil. That means OSS, original, or wanted. Okay? So basically more copies of wanted. That's why I told you this is wanted or wish, but with extra steps. Now, yeah, but Gianfranco, that's redundancy. Why do you want more wanted? Wait a second. So yeah, you search it, and then the other effect probably comes up if you go second, or if you are grinding with the engine. That's when this gets popped, you search. Simple spoil. Basically the summon effect. Okay, so you only care right now the fact that it searches on summon. And then the last card, the missing piece, Rea Silvera. Yeah, amazing. Basically this is an Omni Negate. Simple as that. So when you use this engine, you are gonna summon this eventually, always before the 5th summon to beat Nibiru, and then this protects your whole combo. And now, thanks to this guy, we are accessing a tool that we usually didn't have an easy access to, and that's original graveyard effect. Usually when you just use Wanted or Witch and get original, the only effect you can really abuse is the on field effect, you know? Cost a face-up card, summon from the hand or deck. The graveyard effect, it was really hard to come up because you had no real way to get rid of your set. But with this engine you have real ways, which means now the OSS is getting you a search more often than a summon from the deck. Which, yeah, it's really nice, you're gonna see why. So now I'm gonna show you combos where you utilize this engine, and as you probably already saw in the title, one card combos. What else can you ask, man? This is what we always wanted. A one card combo that protects you from Nibiru. That's super good. Okay, so I have 3 variants. I think these are like the most popular ones. Yeah, so the first one, okay, is this one. So Witch and a couple of costs, because remember the continuous needs a cost, Witch needs a cost. So you would say that you're negging a lot, but then one gets you a draw. And if you have more cards, then maybe you can cost the worst card in your hand, or maybe you can cost an extra museum. There are ways to solve that problem, okay? Oh, sorry, the volume. So now, as you see, we summon the Witch. We get this. Yeah, the cool synergy is that Witch sets a simple spoil, so it's not only original anymore, now it's deception. So it's basically why, yeah, 9 copies of the same thing. Which, Wanted and Deception, all gets you the same. All are one card combos now. Crazy, right? So now Deception costs and gets you the spell, like I told you. Now we use the spell, reveal the card, send this to graveyard, like that's the order. Reveal, send, and yeah, fusion summon. Yeah, it's for every level, for every 4 levels. Basically means there are azamina that are level 8, and if you wanna get to those, then you gotta cost 2 sinful spoil. We are not doing that here. So first, we almost always first summon the murciélago, the bat, and get the search. Now it's very simple. You just link this off for anything you want. In this variant, we are getting the one and only, yeah, access to fiendsmith. Now it doesn't matter if you set this or it stays in your hand. Now you shuffle back the guy to get your brick, your sacred azamina, to reuse it once again. Cost the OSS. That's why I told you we can access the graveyard effect now way more often, and we should summon the Omni Negate as the fourth summon, like you're gonna do in most of your combos anyway. Now, sorry, misclick. So now you use OSS to search, and you search Ricardero. Why Ricardero? Because he's a level 1 tuner, and you haven't even normal summon in this combo, with this engine. So now you get to your fiendsmith line, get the level 4 that we didn't have before, normal summon your 1 tuner, and that's right, Angelica. And you have the Omni Negate protecting your Infernoble combo, and you have a cool extender that also gives you a lot of follow-up for the turn 3. And let me show you how this ends. So from here there's a lot of things you can do. I decided to freestyle this way. I think it's a really cool end board. So basically you utilize Ricardero graveyard effect to summon from hand. So you're gonna use the museum to get Ogier summon from hand. It is a tuner, so don't forget. You cannot use him with, let's say, Roland. But it's getting you a nice way to trigger Angelica. So now you can trigger Angelica with Turpin. Now you get this guy. Now you are not Warrior because Ricardero didn't revive. And now you take into consideration the fact that in graveyard, equipping this means, come here Turpin, welcome to the party. Yeah, what are you doing with a lot of bodies? Aren't you afraid of Nibiru? No, we have the Omni Negate. And now I decided to use the bodies to make this sequence to link climb basically. Now you could just, if you're playing the full fiendsmith package, your extra is super tight, so you could just not play this, and with those bodies, just make Promethean instead, and Promethean, and maybe not mill Gearfried, mill, what's its name, Maugis, and Promethean revive Maugis, so later on Maugis can give you the draws, because in this line, you gotta be really careful accessing fodder for Maugis, because the whole beginning of the combo didn't actually put stuff in the graveyard for Maugis to shuffle. So you try to trigger Maugis at the end, not when you mill it. But yeah, anyways, in this combo we actually dedicate space for fiendsmith full engine, and that allows us to link climb. Either we don't play targets to mill, like special targets that are extenders, so we just mill this to get more follow-up. Now we get Promethean to revive Gearfried, who needs to add back and summon, just cheat out the summon. And now you have the Charles, pop the Promethean, make link 1, museum, utilize the one Infernoble that you didn't utilize before, which is Ogier graveyard effect, because he just went hand, field, graveyard. And now you get the last piece of interaction, which is another link 1. So now what do you have? The cool standard Infernoble endboard, which are Charles Gearfried for interruptions right here, and then you also have the Promethean 5 interruptions, and the Omni Negate 6 interruptions. Of what? One card, 1.5 with the cost. And remember, if the Witch was like Witch doesn't get you a draw, but if your one card starter is One-Net or Deception, you are cycling through One-Net and you are getting the draw, so you are getting back one of the 2 cards that you have to invest. Yeah, and if you take the Maugis route, then you're also drawing another card. I mean, you're getting a draw anyways because Maugis comes here in the end phase. And then don't forget this free follow-up. I think it's cool. I don't think it's good enough, but it's free, so you just may as well don't forget that it exists and trigger it every time. And yeah, that's it. 6 interruptions, 1 card combo. That's the fiendsmith way. There are 2 more ways, okay? So I'm gonna show them right now. This is battling boxer variant. So as you can see, if there is no fiendsmith, you could actually main dominus impulse as the idea, the concept. So now we start with One-Net. Now let's fast forward. I'm gonna fast forward because I already explained what's gonna happen for the most part. So I only want you to see the change at the end. Oh yeah, I think the change starts here. Never mind. So because there is no fiendsmith, we are making SP. Hey, but why SP? Why not, I don't know, IP or something better? Has to be a warrior. Could be Flame Swordman. I'd rather SP in my extra deck, okay? So pay attention, you still get the only Negate for summon. Now you get Bradamante. So for this variant you have to play this card. Is it a brick? Not entirely, because if you open Ogier this could be Durendal, so you can still do cool combo. If you go second, this is a pseudo gear freak, so it could be useful. Yeah, it's not the worst brick of all. Yeah, definitely not. So now you realize this, because the idea is that this card gets you level 1s. But guess what? This level 1, when you summon it from the deck, just level 1. When you use it from the hand, it can become a level 4. Because, yeah, let me get the draw first. Yeah, we get 1 back. And now we use it to get Durendal. And then Durendal can get you a 1-card starter because you have a normal summon yet. So with this, or this could also be Rasen, I think. Now you can full combo. Yeah. MC Renault, I'm sure you should know this line by now. Renault get you back Sparrow, loop the guy, and that's Angelica. Now in this line you gotta be careful because there is no way to trigger Angelica easily. So the only way is sacrificing your equip. Yeah, so you just do that. Now the best way to keep going when you have no equips is just Ogier. So now we utilize this to make Promethean. Like, SP cannot stay here the whole time because you need arrows for the Charles Lincoln, basically. So Promethean revives Ogier, so you still have Museum Effect life. Meet the Moggies, get yourself a draw. Always shuffle back upper card so you can use this effect in the opponent's turn to get more follow-up. Yeah, just cover another draw. So basically you just got back the beginning, like the same amount of cards that you needed to invest. And now you get Charles, pop Promethean. Yeah, that's standard. Now you also, once again, use Ogier that you didn't use before. So at the end, you're gonna get 1 more draw in the opponent's turn, and you end it with just 5 interruptions. Like, basically almost the same Infernoble end world, but minus the gear. But now you have to play that big of an engine that was the Fiendsmith. You just play Bradamante, the Boxers, the Dempsey, those 4. And now you get to play this card if you want. Yeah, that's basically it. Here you can probably fit more flex spots in the extra deck or in the main deck. Now for the last combo, which I must admit my favorite one. This is another version of 1-card combo where, guess what? I'm gonna tell you when it happens. Wait a second, wait for it. Let the moment build up by itself, because everything looks similar, everything looks familiar. It's gonna change in 1 moment, okay? So you already know how this goes. You get the Omni Negate, you get Bradamante gets Durendal, you get the draw just in case. Now Bradamante gets Durendal, and now Durendal, that's right, does not get the Boxer anymore. But hey, Ogier is not a 1-card combo. You wanna know something funny? He is when you have a free link to material on board. So yeah, that's right. This combo, we don't even need the Boxers. We just rely on Infernoble to combo, which I love. Yeah, so we just need Ricardero, Promethean right now, revive, Angelica, boom. Simple, efficient. You save even more space in the main deck or in the extra deck, because you don't have to play Dempsey if you don't want to. And in the main deck, okay, you still play Bradamante, which is an Infernoble, but now you avoid playing the Boxers, which could be bad going second. Sparrow is just bad in general to open, so you can have maybe more free space now. Hey, but are you still gonna end on the same? Really, really close. So now we have something to trigger Angelica, which is cool. And now we get Torping because we need the level 4 extenders. We revive. Now this is supposed to be equipped on Promethean, alright? Because if the opponent wants to nip you at any point, you're gonna have to sacrifice this. You don't want to lose the armor. And if you put it in any of these 2 guys, the armor would fall when you summon Charles, and you don't want Almace to fall. You want Almace to stay there for what? One simple reason. Use the effect to equip this on Charles. Now Charles can pop Promethean. Hey, but you use Durendal is dead. Yeah, but still gives you what you need. Gives you access to upgrade Charles into Link Charles. That's the name of the game, yeah. Now Roland for the second link one, because if you saw, we didn't have any other effect. We had to sacrifice Almay's follow-up to get one more interruption, which I think is totally worth. Now, we ended on 5 interruptions without needing extra engines, just the Azamina as this one card starter and then pure Infernoble. So, what do you think? Which variant do you like the most? What do you wanna play now? Let me know in the comments, because with this I think we ended everything. And don't forget the section in the end phase, please. That's the same as not forgetting Angelica comes back. Like at the beginning we had to get used to this coming back. Now get used to this coming back, please. Yeah. Yeah, this pretty much means follow, because whatever the opponents do, you are gonna use this as cost. So the next turn, if this stays, you get back the Sacred Azamina, activate this, cause this deception, and get yourself the Negate or the Murcielago that searches wanted. And that's it. Now you know the best way to play Infernoble from October 11th forward. Yeah. Please let me know your thoughts. Let me know what would you like to see in the next video, because I'm telling you, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. The new Maxi, the way that you can use this engine to play around more hand traps. How do you beat the troll? How do you beat, I don't know, Purulia? Gameplay, going first or going second. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about this, but trust me, this combo is amazing and I really like it. Yeah, I was super happy when I found all these lines. Yeah, I just found them by myself, just so you know. What else? No, I think that's everything. Yeah, don't forget I have my coaching sessions available if you're interested into that. I can help you be the best Infernoble player that you can be. Yeah, so don't let the flame extinguish. Infernoble is alive. Bye bye.